Sex and the Seattle Freeze, sex and other anomalies.
What happened to your neck?
Well, I'm a prison guard.
His profile said, I work with the government.
And one of the inmates, got upset with me. And somehow he figured out where to find a board, and then he stuck a nail to it somehow, and he took a swing at me, and, it dug into my neck, and don't worry, I put him in his place. But I probably shouldn't be drinking. The doctors gave me these pretty strong narcotics, but, I almost died today, so I figure, I deserve a drink.
A cheers. Newsweek once ran an article that said a woman over 40 has a better chance of getting killed by a terrorist than finding a husband. I should be worrying, right? I mean, I never really had any problem meeting men before, and then I moved to Seattle, a city where I can't even get arrested, even if I wanted to. Seattle is a city that doesn't seem to have a lot of single men, or if they do, I just don't know where they're hiding. A lot of them are like the character Pat from Saturday Night Live. Now, if you're too young to know who Pat is, and first of all, damn you. But second, I'll tell you just who Pat was. Pat was this weird, phlegmatic, hi, I'm Pat character. You don't even know if Pat is a man or a woman, and you're not supposed to. But the problem here is the Seattle Pat. I'll give you an example. I was at the theater the other night, and there is this Seattle Pat sitting in his or her seat, reading a book. Not that unusual in Seattle. I don't think they realized it wouldn't kill them to actually talk to another human being. This person was wearing Gore-Tex, of course, and a wool hat. I could not figure out whether this Seattle Pat was a man or a woman. Finally, I deduced by looking at its hands that this person was a man, and I was right. Even though I am nearing the age where it looks like I stand a better chance of getting killed by a terrorist, I don't know why it's so difficult to meet a man. I mean, in this land of wimpy, hairy, unshaven men, why is it so hard? Maybe I'm just too old. Maybe it's because I'm not pierced or tattooed. I don't know. But then there's online dating.
A coworker who recently moved to Seattle from Olympia asked me if I had any experience with online dating. And I said, about as much as anyone. I started with Plenty of Fish. Except that was kind of sleazy, and this guy asked me if I wanted to do meth as a first date, and when I said no, he offered crack as an alternative. Then I tried eHarmony, and most of the guys were really religious, and they started talking about marriage before we had even gone on our first date. And I really liked chemistry, but the guys tended not to look like their pictures, and Match.com was way too much work. They give you this 6-month guarantee. If you pay for 6 months and you haven't found anyone by the end of 6 months, you get the next 6 months for free. But you have to follow all these rules. I mean, you have to go through all the matches they send you every day, 10 to 15 matches. And then you have to communicate with 3 to 5 people a week. And so, anyway, I couldn't keep up with that pace. And after 6 months, they automatically charged my card for another 6 months because I didn't play by the rules. And so I called their customer service and billing department, and the very polite Southern man on the other end asked me why I was canceling my subscription to Match.com. And I said I didn't like the quality of matches I was getting, and the ones I did like didn't send me messages back. So he answered, ma'am, we can help you with that. We can fix that. First of all, I hate being called ma'am. So I went off on his ass, and I said, no, you can't help me with that. What you can help me with is taking this charge off of my fucking credit card and then deleting my Match.com profile forever. whatever. That is what you can help me with. So, I work for the Amazon, and it is a very good job.
What?
A good job? A very good job. I like it working there, and I do a lot of improv.
What?
Improv, the comedy sports.
Oh, that's great.
I want you to guess where I am from.
Wait, from?
Guess what country I am from.
Why don't you just tell me which country you're from?
No. I want you to guess.
I don't know. Argentina?
No. But you are very close. Closer than anyone who has guessed. Mexico City. I am from the Mexico City.
God, do I need a drink. Cheers.
Me too.
Ay,
Cheers.
caramba. You know, just when I think I'm getting a handle on this online dating bullshit, I dodge a bullet. I dodge a psycho, a complete psycho.
Tell me all about it.
Well, he thought we were in a relationship. We hadn't even met. I got rid of him, though. Thank goodness. And then, I gotta tell you about the genome guy.
The genome guy?
The genome guy. Scientist. Says he's Muslim and serious about it. Talk to him on the phone, and here's what he tells me. He says, "You are too good looking not to reproduce." Honey, my eggs are about to expire, okay?
Have you ever had guys where they message you online and they seem super like they're using proper punctuation and
I love the
grammar,
proper punctuation.
because that is so rare with online dating.
Hello.
Sometimes not even capitalization.
I know.
Anyway, it's not a text message, you know. It just
Write a sentence.
Write the full word. Yeah.
Yes.
And then after they seem totally normal, and you're about to set up a time to meet with them, and then have you ever had them, you know, in the middle of the night they send you a message? Got any pictures?
Yeah, I love that one. I'm like, yes, the one I have online is sufficient.
It's like
this you're
not gonna see me naked before you see me in person. You see me in person,
exactly.
and then you see me naked. That is the proper sequence of events.
That is right. No bikini shot, no naked shot. Just, and I actually, when I was on one site for a while, I was just like, you need to write a paragraph, because it's like, hey,
what's up?
What am I gonna? Yeah.
How you doing?
How you?
You.
Right. How do you want me to respond to that? You. So, you said in your profile that you're a writer.
Well, I prefer to think of myself as a creator of universes. Some might call it science fiction, but it is so much more than that. I'm in the middle of writing the second book in my trilogy. The first one isn't published yet, but it's just a matter of time until the publishers come around. I mean, L. Ron Hubbard was also ahead of his time.
Yeah, and he also invented Scientology.
My trilogy is set in the year 3052, and everything is run by sentient robots. There's an underground network of humans, of course, renegades, and they masquerade as robots, try to infiltrate their ranks and reprogram them, except one man, our hero, Greta Han Solo Raum Simonson. He falls in love with one of the robots, number 439-JW-345, and she tries to convince him to become a robot.
Do you have any other hobbies?
But then their forbidden romance, of course, gets exposed, and the robot catastrophe